In Roswell, a new work schedule is being implemented, hoping to make life a little bit easier for the firefighters. We spoke to Chief Panino to see how the change is being received. Across the country, fire stations traditionally use what is known in the industry as a 24-48 work schedule. That means 24 hours on the clock, followed by 48 hours off.
And the problem that it creates is really sleep deprivation over the long term, especially when you think about coming to work at 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning for a 24-hour shift. You're already up early to come to work. Then you work 24 hours, you're up during the night responding to 911 calls, and then you have to get up early the next morning to do shift change and then go home.
Studies say those irregular sleep patterns often lead to systemic health issues for firefighters, including an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and mental health disorders like PTSD and anxiety. That brings us to the 4896, a new schedule gaining popularity in stations across the country. The goal is to address sleep-related issues that firefighters face. The schedule translates to 48 hours on, followed by 4 days off. The larger shift windows allow for longer and more consistent sleep.
So it's been around on the West Coast for a while. We did some research into it and realized that there were some very current studies that have been put out within the last few months to really show that the health impacts, the positive health impacts of the 4896, with the addition of a later start time, could be very beneficial to our men and women that serve the city.
The Roswell Fire Department is the first department in Georgia to adopt a 4896 schedule, and the first nationwide to pair it with an 11 a.m. start time. Firefighters in the station say they're optimistic about the change.
It makes me love the city even better, even more, because if you know that someone higher up is actually looking out for you, making sure that you don't, have come in with lack of sleep, and you're just lessening your life each day you come to work for this city, then I think it's much better that they actually go to something like this.
The city of Roswell says it supports the department's initiative and is committed to the well-being of their first responders.
This is something that's going to help set Roswell even further apart within our sister cities. This is something that is going to be a recruiting tool for the fire department.
That 4896 schedule goes into effect next month, where it will be in place for 6 months as a third party reviews the data to make sure it really does help firefighters with their quality of life. Reporting in Roswell, this is Bishop Marshall.